Hello everybody, Andrew here from the Movie Maniacs, and it's this time of year to give you our top 10 favorite films of 2017, top 5 worst films of 2017, and top 10 anticipated films of 2018. Now, the past 2 years, Card and I did this video together. We gave you our lists, but this year, there's a couple films Card wanted to see before he put out his list, and I just want to kind of get mine out there. I kind of feel once January hits, the year is over. What you saw is what you put on your list. I know if you did this video, let's say in March, there would be a whole different list, but you see what you can over the year, you make the list. Here we are now. So yeah, his video will come out in the next couple of weeks. I don't know a specific date. Maybe the video, if you're watching this video a few weeks later, maybe it's already out. Maybe I'll even tag it right here. I don't know, probably won't, I'll forget. Anyway, but let's just jump right into my list. But before we do that, I want to give you a list of the films I didn't see that I wanted to see over the course of 2017. There's some really good ones on here. There's ones that probably would hit my list, but I didn't see them for various reasons, which I will explain in a sec. But this is going to be tough. Let's get through this, okay? Get ready, comment section. You're going to roast me for every one I didn't see. Let's start. Get Out, Lady Bird, Baby Driver, The Shape of Water, Call Me By Your Name, Blade Runner 2049, The Big Sick, Logan, Three Billboards Outside of Ebbing, Missouri, The Florida Project, The Post, The Disaster Artist, Phantom Thread, Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle, Mother, Good Time, and Molly's Game. Those are all the films I was planning on seeing and have not seen yet, so they will not end up on my list. So if you're wondering why, hey, why would that not be on your list? I mean, that movie's great, or that movie's horrible. There you go. Reasons why I didn't see them. One, this year I was more busy than any year I've ever been alive. I was super busy. This year I saw 38 films. 2016 I saw about 50, so it was a 10 film difference. It's crazy, I know. I did try to catch up on as many as I could. I'm trying, guys, and a lot of these last ones just came out in theaters. I've been really busy. I'm trying to, because I really want to see a lot of these, so I will see them. Yes, my list will change once March hits, but this is my list now. Second reason, I am only 16. I turned 17 in March, so a lot of these films that are coming out, like these awards contenders I want to see, are R-rated, and I can't go see them in theaters unless my parents take me, which they are not interested. So I'm kind of in a screwed up position right there. So that's why those films I have not seen yet. Films like Logan and Get Out, I just have not seen. That's straight up. They've been out on Blu-ray forever. Just haven't watched them. So, but I just feel like it's January. I've got to make the list. But no more babbling. Let's do this. Best movies 2017. Let's go. To start off, I'm going to give you 3 honorable mentions. That's what I'm going to do for my worst list as well. Just because I think 3 is fair. If I would have 5, 10, it just feel like, why? What are we doing here? Are we doing top 20? No. 3 honorable mentions, top 10 list. Here we go. The first honorable mention for you guys is a film called Stronger. Now, Stronger is a film I really didn't know about until it came out, and then a lot of YouTubers were talking about, and so I decided to watch it, and man, is this movie riveting. Jake Gyllenhaal gives one of his best performances ever, should win an Oscar. I don't know if he's going to because of the competition this year, but it is so well done. It's about the Boston bombings that occurred. It's about this man who lost his legs and all the stress and tension and family issues and all the stuff that happens just because of this one event and how it changed his life. It is so riveting. The cast is amazing. I'm forgetting the lead female actress in the film, but she is so well. She does such a good job. Stronger is a must-watch. It is just such a great true story. It feels so real. And just go up, watch it for the acting. I mean, I think the acting is the best part of the movie. Some story parts can be a little bit uninteresting, and I won't say it's the most memorable or rewatchable film, but it's just so real. And like I said, Jake Gyllenhaal's one of his best performances. How could you not? Second honorable mention is Darkest Hour. This is a movie I watched about a week ago. and all I can think of is, I know who's going to win Best Actor at the Academy Awards this year. Yep, it is such a good performance. Gary Oldman's interpretation of Winston Churchill is so good. There's so many great scenes in this movie. Yes, the pacing can be a little bit off here and there, but it's just such a well done story. It's got good directing, a good score, a good writing, good acting across the board. It's got one of my favorite scenes of 2017. If you've seen the movie, the train scene is one of my favorites of the last year. And my favorite shot of last year is the last shot of this movie. So it is so good. You guys got to go see it. I don't think it's going to go up for Best Picture, which is a true crime, but it's just, you watch it for Gary Oldman's performance. Kind of like Stronger. Watch it for the performances because they are so good. Last honorable mention for you guys is a little film that nobody saw, and it's called Wonderstruck. Wonderstruck is based off Henry Selick's, I think that's how you say his last name, his book. He also wrote Hugo, and this is a movie that Amazon produced. It came out, nobody saw it, but it's such a cute, beautiful, amazing story. Got great acting. It blends two stories, one from the 1920s, I believe it's like the 1920s, and one from present day so well. And it just has this beautiful story that all connects in the end, even though you'd think it would never connect. Yeah, once this hits streaming in a couple weeks, please go check this out. Wonderstruck is one you must see. It's got my favorites, I think my favorite score of 2017, which I hope goes up for an Oscar. Please, 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 I'll be begging, and I'll be so happy if Wonderstruck gets some nominations at the Oscars, because it is such a well done, great movie. Nobody saw it. I'm so sad for it. So those are my 3 honorable mentions: Stronger, Darkest Hour, and Wonderstruck. Let's get on to our top 10. Number 10. Well, this is where the list already starts getting controversial. Cars 3. Now, I've said this in so many videos before. Cars was my childhood film. I rewatched that DVD I had about 50 times. I watched it sometimes day after day after day after day. And it was my rock. That was my movie. I loved Cars so much. So when Cars 2 came out, I was so excited for it, and I actually liked it. Yep, I actually liked it. But as time had gone on, I disliked Cars 2 more and more and more. And I always wanted just a true sequel to Cars. And Cars 3 came out, I was skeptical. I was so lucky to get an advanced screening of it, and I came out of it so happy. I don't expect anyone to have this reaction in this movie, but it's just the perfect sequel, the perfect wrap-up of Cars. It is such a beautiful story. Pixar knocks this one out of the park. If you don't like the Cars franchise, you're probably not going to like this movie. But if you're a fan, this is a perfect Cars movie that even tries to beat the first one for me. It is so well made. I know if you don't like Cars, this is probably not on your worst list, but I love it. It truly just makes me smile, and it's just beautiful in my mind. Great story, great animation. Not Pixar's best of the year, of course, but I think it's worth notable on my list. So that's number 10. Number 9. Not the best superhero movie of the year, but I think the best superhero in general, Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman is my favorite superhero of 2017 because her movie is so powerful and so amazing. Wonder Woman is a great action movie, a great superhero movie. It's got a great performance by Gal Gadot and Chris Pine. They're working together. It is amazing, and it's just such a fun movie. It's so cool how it works in the World War I aspect, and it's so creative, so great. The villains are not good. The villains are so bad, but the movie outside of the villains is so good that it overshadows it and puts it on my list. I'm so happy to put it on there. I really wanted it to make my list. I wasn't sure throughout the year, but it did. I'm happy it cracked number 9. Wonder Woman is my favorite. Well, no, Batman v Superman is my favorite DCU movie. But then after that, Wonder Woman would be there because it's so great, and I just rewatched it and liked it even more. It's gonna be a remembered movie for years and years, and it is just such a powerful movie. Number 8. Lost City of Z. Yes, this movie is one of the best adventure films in recent times. Another Amazon produced film on this list. Take that, Netflix. Amazon makes better films than you. No, but this movie has one of Charlie Hunnam's best performances. It's one of those movies that don't get made these days. It's got war aspects, adventure aspects, drama aspects, and it's just so original, even though it's a book. And when I watched it, and I know it has a lot of tension in it, but it's just such a relaxing film. You really get into the jungle aspects, and you don't feel like you're watching a movie. You're watching an experience, and it's really hard to explain until you watch it. But it's just such a great movie that's so well made. I applaud all of the directors and team that went out, made this movie. It's original. Support it. I don't know the director off the top of my head. I don't know who it is. You can look him up. But I am excited to see any more work he does. Lost City of Z is a great adventure film, great drama, and it's a must-see. Trust me. Number 7. You know it had to be on the list somewhere. Star Wars The Last Jedi. Yep, Star Wars The Last Jedi is getting a lot of hate, but not for me. Star Wars The Last Jedi is one of my new favorite Star Wars films. It probably ranks number 4 or 5 on my Star Wars list, but that's incredible. I never thought it'd get that high. It's my favorite of the new Star Wars films. Yes, it has some issues. Yes, there's things I would change, but the things we get are so good. There's so many great scenes with Rey and Kylo Ren and Luke. This is Mark Hamill's best performance. Such great action scenes, such great cinematography and music and visuals, and there's just so many great things in this movie. Everything you'd expect in a Star Wars movie, but more and more original, and it takes so many twists and turns you never see. I really like Star Wars The Last Jedi. I've only seen it once, but I need to watch it again. You already know how good it is. I really don't need to explain myself. It's going to end up somewhere on this list. I'm glad it hit number 7. It probably fits right around there. If I rewatch it again, I can only see it going down even further for the little gripes I have being like going in seeing it worse. But I think 7's a great spot for it. I love Star Wars The Last Jedi. I'm really excited to see it again. Let's go down to number 6. One of Stephen King's best adaptations, and that's It. It is a movie I was so excited to see. I saw all these trailers coming out and like, this looks scary, this looks great, this looks original, this looks amazing. This looks like it brought justice to the Stephen King book. And I never saw it in theaters. I missed it, and I just watched it, and I loved it. It is such a creepy, disturbing, but also funny and adventurous and heartwarming, and it's just got so many emotions, and it's not just a straight up horror film, and that's why I loved it. When I was watching it, I'm like, this movie would fit such a great summer blockbuster. You get all your friends around, you watch this, and you would have such a good time screaming and laughing, and it's just such a fun movie, even though it's dark and twisted. It is one of those movies you must see, based on the Bill Skarsgård's performance as Pennywise. The ensemble cast is stellar. I really do like it. I can't wait to rewatch it again. I just watched it like last night actually, and I want to watch it again because it's just so much fun, and it's just so much fun, but also scary, and that's why I loved it. Number 5. Dunkirk. Christopher Nolan is my second favorite director of all time, just behind Steven Spielberg, and so when I knew another movie was coming out by him, I was so excited. Also, he was teamed up with Hans Zimmer, which was a perfect choice because Hans Zimmer's score in Dunkirk is amazing. Just little watch noises or little clicks or something, but it just works so well. The tension in this movie is amazing. This is the best experience in a movie theater I've had all year, because I saw this movie twice in IMAX in the same week, and it's just so epic and so grand, and it really draws you into the movie. Yes, you can say all these things about, oh, the characters don't have any depth, oh, this, that. This movie is a pure, I haven't been to war. I'm sure you guys can guess that, but it's like a perfect example of war. It's just so real. The dialogue, no one's speaking in this movie, and that's right, because no one would be talking, oh, I have a family back home, I gotta put food on the table. No one would be talking like that. Nobody would. So that's why I love this movie, because it felt so real, so right. The action scenes are so great. Land, sea, and air, all 3 of them were great. Christopher Nolan, you knocked this one out of the park. I hope you win Oscars for this one. Truly deserved. Dunkirk is such a great war action, drama, whatever you want to call it. It's a great experience. That's how I'd sum it up. Number 4. Well, I said when I talked about number 10, which was Cars 3, that there would be another Pixar movie that was better. That's Coco. Coco is a beautiful movie. It is the most beautiful looking movie I have seen in years. The animation in this movie is amazing. The way it respects truthfully the Mexican heritage and all of their beliefs and all that, it's just perfect. I'm speaking from a white guy's perspective, but that is, I think if you read reviews or hear opinions from people that have that dissent, they say this movie does it perfectly, and I believe them. It is a beautiful movie with beautiful music, and it's tear-jerkingly beautiful. It was beautiful, I don't know how many times before I get on to number 3, but it is a great Pixar movie that I'm telling you will be a classic, like Up, WALL-E, Toy Story, Incredibles. It's going to find Nemo. Well, isn't every Pixar movie a classic? But anyway, it's going to be another one. It is an amazing movie. I didn't think any Pixar movie would beat Cars 3. It did. It's great. I can't wait to see it again. Coco is number 4. Number 3. Spider-Man Homecoming. Spider-Man Homecoming is my personal favorite superhero film of the year. And yes, I have not seen Logan. Let's just remind the comment section again. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen Logan. Yep, you know that film called Logan? Haven't seen it. Anyway, Spider-Man Homecoming is the homecoming of Spider-Man to the MCU. It's just so great. I didn't see it coming. I was not excited for this movie. I walked in to Spider-Man Homecoming being like, another Spider-Man movie. I love the Sam Raimi ones. Do I really want to see another one? No, I did not. I was denying it. I was like, I don't care. I seriously don't care. Walked out of the theater like, I care. Let's see Homecoming 2, or whatever they're going to call it. This movie has one of the best twists I have seen in years. It has a great MCU villain. Yes, a great MCU villain. The Tom Holland's performance as Spider-Man is amazing, even though we saw him in Civil War, but who cares? It's even better in this one. It's got such good coming-of-age feel. It's got great music and great action. And Iron Man was not forced in there, and this wasn't Iron Man 4. This was great that he was in there. It's just, I rewatched this, and I will claim this, even though there's 2 more films on this list, the most entertaining movie I watched all year. I love Spider-Man Homecoming. It's one of my favorite Marvel films to date. I mean, I think it's better than both Amazing Spider-Mans and Spider-Man 3. I still think 1 and 2 of Sam Raimi's are better, but that's saying something. I never thought Homecoming would dip into that trilogy. I love Spider-Man 3. No one does, but I do. But I beat it. That's incredible. And that's why it's number 3 on my list. I cannot wait for more Spider-Man in the MCU. Number 2. Split. M. Night Shyamalan's, I can say, official return to cinema, making great movies. Split is such an intense and gripping, and it's just so great. James McAvoy's performance is amazing. It should win an Oscar. It should win a couple Oscars because of all the personalities. But that was a bad joke. That was so bad. I'm gonna edit that out. Maybe, hopefully. Anyway, it's just, I'm gonna say it again, it's just so amazing. That's why this list is just, I'm just so passionate about all these films. But Split is such a gripping, and you just don't know what's gonna happen. Everything, because all these personalities and such an original story, I might add, but all these personalities and stuff, you have no idea what's gonna happen next. There's so many twists and turns. The writing in this movie and the directing by M. Night Shyamalan is as good as it was in The Sixth Sense and Unbreakable and all these classics he did. He is back to form. I cannot wait for Glass. I did not watch Unbreakable before this movie, so when I saw the ending I was kind of underwhelmed, but I knew where it was coming from, and then I watched Unbreakable, and then now I understand it. But that's the only gripe I have about this movie. The ending is, if you haven't seen Unbreakable beforehand, it can be a little bit underwhelming. But the movie we get before that part is so amazing. Like I said, James McAvoy and M. Night Shyamalan made one of the best movies of the year, one of the best suspenseful films in years. I love Split. You must go check it out if you've not seen it. Well, it's time for number one. Let's go. War for the Planet of the Apes is my favorite film of 2017. I went to this movie in July. I rewatched both films beforehand. I love Rise. I love Dawn. And I'm like, I don't think War can even be... I don't think War is going to be that good. I really did think War for the Planet of the Apes could not beat those films. And it is now my favorite Planet of the Apes film between all 8 and 10. I don't care how many originals. It is so... No, let's play a drinking game and how many times in this video I say so amazing or so great. I think that'd be a fun video. Or a fun challenge, I mean. No, but Andy Serkis in this movie, giving the motion capture performance he did, deserves... I'm not going to do a split joke, no. Deserves so many Oscars. He deserves a Lifetime Achievement Award. Mark my words, he needs this for this movie and the Lord of the Rings movies alone. Andy Serkis gives his best performance of all time in this movie. The directing in this movie is Oscar caliber worthy. I think this is a movie that should be nominated for Best Picture because I think it is as good as Lord of the Rings, the last Lord of the Rings film that got nominated and won, because this is the perfect wrap up of this trilogy, now one of my favorite trilogies of all time. War for the Planet of the Apes is intense. It is beautiful, but it's just such a conflict, and it's cinema at its greatest. Michael Giacchino gives his best score in recent times. Yeah, guys, War for the Planet of the Apes, this movie that could never be dethroned throughout the year. I couldn't find a movie better than it. Yeah, so we'll run down again. Number 1, War for the Planet of the Apes. 2, Split. 3, Spider-Man Homecoming. 4, Coco. 5, Dunkirk. 6, It. 7, Star Wars The Last Jedi. 8, The Lost City of Z. 9, Wonder Woman. And 10, Cars 3. That is my top 10 with honorable mentions of 2017. Loved those movies so much. Now it's time to get into the worst movies of 2017. Let's do it. Now, of course, first we're going to be doing the honorable mentions. We'll have 3 of them. But let's start off great. Let's start off controversial. Get ready, comment section. Here we go. First honorable mention. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. This was one of my most anticipated films of 2017. I bought my advance tickets 2 months early. I got them right in the middle. Perfect IMAX. And Guardians of the Galaxy is one of my favorite superhero films of all times. Or was one of my favorite superhero films of all time. And I sat in the theater, big bucket of popcorn, all ready to watch it. And I slowly was waiting for it to go. I might add that there was a problem with the projector, so I had to wait even longer. I'd wait a half an hour longer for the theater to fix the projection screen, or the projector, and then we finally were able to watch the movie. I couldn't stand anymore. I was so excited. The music started blaring. I was just pumped. And then throughout the movie, I just sank more and more and more down in my seat. And by the time the credits rolled, I looked at Carter and I said, "What did I just watch?" And he said, "I understand. This movie is not good." Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, you might like it, and I applaud that all day, but this has got to be one of the worst Marvel films to date. It's at least one of mine. And if you don't realize it now, I think people are going to start realizing it in a couple years after the hype went down. This movie wrecked what Guardians of the Galaxy set up. It wrecked its characters, had one of the worst MCU villains. It's just no story, no direction. It's stupid. It's a comedy. It's a sitcom, if you will. It's just, why did they wreck everything that Guardians of the Galaxy set up? Like I said, I have a poster back here, but you can't see it. But it wrecked what Guardians of the Galaxy set up for me. And I don't like Guardians of the Galaxy as much because I've seen that movie twice. Yes, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, I will even say, has a better soundtrack than the first one. But that's about it. Everything else it just destroyed, and it hit it with a shovel. It just hammered it down. I don't know why I picked shovel and bat, or it doesn't matter. I'm doing this video really late at night, so I'm like, I can be saying anything. But anyway, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, you might love it, but I don't, and it is definitely, it's got redeemable qualities, that's the thing, but it's just it's so bad. I really do hate it with a passion. It's one of my most passionate hate films of the year, to be honest. But that's just honorable mentions. Let's keep going. Let's keep hating. Next honorable mention is Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets. Going into this movie, I didn't have a lot of expectations, but I was kind of excited by the trailers. I started reading the comics beforehand and really liked them, and I'm like, I really want this to be a really an original film. I want this to be the Mad Max Fury Road of the year that everyone doesn't expect much of, but it's actually amazing. And man, the acting is so bad in this movie, I couldn't even stand it. The visuals are great. I could watch them all day. I might even pick up the Blu-ray someday, just watch the visuals. But the writing and the story and the characters and the acting are so bad. It became unbearable by the end. I wanted to fall asleep by the end of the movie. I was so sad. I really wanted to like this one. But yeah, it's just not a well-made movie. If they would have fixed the script and fixed a few things, this could have been actually really good. But Cara Delevingne and something DeHaan, I can't even think of the guy's name. They can't act for anything anymore. Or Dane DeHaan, yeah. They couldn't act in this movie for anything. It was just a really badly made movie, but great visuals. I think it will win an Oscar just for its visuals alone. And last honorable mention of the night, Pirates of the Caribbean 5, or Dead Men Tell No Tales to be exact. I like the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. I like all four of them, to be honest with you. I think they get worse as they go down, but I love the first Pirates of the Caribbean. It's one of my favorite adventure films of all time, and when I knew there was a fifth one coming out, I'm like, really, do you need a fifth one? But I was so excited to see it. I still saw it in IMAX right away as I could, or right when I could, and wow, this is the most checked out movie I've ever seen. Johnny Depp gives one of his worst performances. The directing by these two directors that I thought were really good, but now I'm sure they're never going to direct a movie again. The story was so bland, and the characters, there was just no one wanted to be there. Everyone was checked out. This was the biggest paycheck movie I've seen in a while. It's just boring and dumb, and it's just the definition of why Pirates of the Caribbean has overstayed its welcome. That's basically what I can say. Jack Sparrow's just running around and saying the most random things ever. It's not even good improv anymore. It's just dumb things. He's just thinking about whatever's on his mind, which is solely stupid. So yeah, Pirates of the Caribbean 5, it just sunk in the water, and it just, by the end of the movie, again, I looked at Carter and said, what did I just watch? And then, well, of course, he says, I understand, but I actually kind of liked it. I'm like, oh, okay. So let's actually get into the list, though. Those were, wow, just look at the list. There's even more stuff on here. That's crazy stuff. Okay, number 5. The Dark Tower. I never thought I'd ever want to watch Matthew McConaughey make pasta and say evil stuff. Never did want to, actually. The Dark Tower is one of the worst movies of the year because it is the most forgettable. It's the most bland. There's nothing interesting in this movie at all. There's a few shots in this movie I like. I like when they load the gun up and shoot quick. That's pretty cool. Idris Elba is trying in this movie. He's trying. Matthew McConaughey can be laughed at. So that's kind of fun to watch. But it's just so bland. It's an hour and like 40 minutes, but it feels like 3 hours. It's just bad. It's one of those books where it's like, this book is so long, or these books are so many. Why would you even try? I mean, I know people like it, but it's just, you can't start. I mean, there's nowhere to start. It's just so long. So like, oh well, you'll make a short movie and hope people like it. Well, no one saw it, so there you go. Sony, I think Sony made it. Yeah, of course it'd be Sony. Number 4. The Mummy. Yep, the movie that killed the whole franchise in one movie. Yeah, before The Mummy, Universal put up this whole little, what do they do? A little picture of like, oh yeah, we got Johnny Depp, we got Javier Bardem, we got all these actors. We're gonna make this huge universe. Well, look at this. You made one movie and the franchise is over, guys. The Dark Universe, whatever the hell it's called, is over with. It's never gonna be seen the light again. Yeah, The Mummy is just a terrible movie. Makes the Brendan Fraser one look like gold, which I think it is gold. Mummy, this Mummy movie or not. But yeah, okay, so here's the deal. I didn't see this movie in theaters because I'm like, I'm not gonna sit through this. I just saw the trailers and like, this looks horrible. So I was bored one night and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna sit down and watch this movie. So I sat down and it had the Universal logo. I'm like, okay, maybe this could be fine. And then that Windows Movie Maker logo that says the Dark Universe came up. I paused the movie, stood up and just kind of like, what am I doing with my life? And I decided to watch it. Yeah, Tom Cruise doing his own stunts is great. Sophia Boutell's The Mummy is actually pretty decent. Production designs, it's there. Everything else though is really bad. And the story's horrible. Nothing's interesting. Whatever. I can't even remember what the guy. Tom Cruise is honestly playing one of the worst characters he ever played. It's just a dumb movie. It's stupid. You can't even have fun with it. It's trying to be 3 movies at once. Don't watch it, guys. Please, please, please support Brendan Fraser's The Mummy. It's a classic. Number 3. The Boss Baby. Yes, I actually watched The Boss Baby when I was going to see Rogue One with Carter, Carter and some other friends back in 2016. They played the trailer for The Boss Baby. I didn't even know this movie existed before, and I remember, Carter probably remembers this too. We were laughing so hard. The trailer was hilarious. I'm like, I gotta see this. I didn't end up seeing it in theater because I didn't need to pay for it, but I sat down and was eagerly wanting to watch it. I got 15 minutes in, and I said, oh my god, there's like an hour and a half left. How am I going to do this? And I slowly got through it. I slowly finished it. It is I haven't seen the Emoji Movie, but this is like the dumbest movie of the year. It's confusing. It's dumb. It's not funny. It's just really bad. And I thought I was going to laugh really hard thinking Alec Baldwin is a baby. That's hilarious. That's a hilarious concept. But this movie is directed so badly. The story is confusing, like I said. Nobody's going to like this movie unless you're a baby. The Boss Baby is one for the ages. That is the worst animated movie of the year. Hence, Emoji Movie is definitely worse, but I'm never going to watch that movie. I don't care if I'm making a worse list and I should watch it. I'm not watching it. To me, Boss Baby is the worst animated movie of the year. To you, Emoji Movie, but I'm not watching it. Number 2. Daddy's Home 2. Now, before this movie, I watched Daddy's Home. I haven't watched it beforehand, and I'm like, oh, this is actually really good. I really can't wait for Daddy's Home 2. And the trailer started playing, and I'm like, Daddy's Home 2 looks hilarious. Getting John Lithgow and Mel Gibson. I'm like, this movie could be a family holiday classic. And I came out of the theater, and I have to admit, it's probably the worst holiday movie I've ever seen. It is not funny. It's mean-spirited. It's just horrible. Jokes don't land. One of their funniest jokes was about a thermostat. There's a shameless plug to go see the movie so you can pay actors at the end of the movie. It's just horrible. Mel Gibson's horrible in this movie. John Lithgow is funny at first, but he gets so bad. This is, like I said, one of the worst holiday movies I have seen ever. Daddy's Home 2 is boring. It's not funny. It's slapstick humor across your face. It makes his audience feel dumb. Daddy's Home 2 is horrible. Like, it is horrible. I could not watch this movie ever again. Because I was offered to see it again, and I said, no, I'll pay you so I can stay home. That's literally what I told him. So no, I will not see Daddy's Home 2 ever again. It is horrible. Please go watch the first one. It's at least fine. It's not great, but it's fine. This movie's bad. Number 1. I don't even know why I watched this movie. I don't know why. I've liked one, maybe 2 of them, but I said, okay, I will watch this. I got a free ticket to go see it. Transformers: The Last Knight is horrible. It is so boring. Oh, yeah, we're Paramount. We're going to make a writer's room. We've got all these great writers. No, you don't. You got Michael Bay. You got Michael Bay in there saying, "Oh, we'll put in Stanley Tucci again as two characters. Why not? We'll do this and that." It's all stupid. It's all stupid. Everyone in it is stupid. The movie is bad. No, the Transformers are not even in this movie at all. The trailers may have said, "Oh, Optimus Prime has to go," or whatever it says. He's in the movie for 5 minutes. The action scenes are bad. The IMAX goes from big to small to big to small. It makes no sense. This is the most dumb movie of the year. Michael Bay, you can't direct a movie for anything. Mark Wahlberg's bad. That the kids are annoying. The script is horrible. I hate this movie. I hate it with a passion. Transformers Last Night is easily the worst Transformers movie. I know you're going to say, "Oh, what about Transformers 2, Andrew?" Well, at least in that movie you can laugh at because you can have all the characters just being stupid and dumb. But this movie is not even dumb. It's ignorant. It's a bunch of plebeians just walking around. It's horrible. Transformers Last Night is the worst movie I've seen of the year. No one even came close to it. Daddy's Home 2, I'm like, I could sit through that one more time, maybe, but Transformers Last Night I will never watch again. It is so bad. I even have a shirt, because Carter and I went to go see it opening night, some fan event. Fan? Is there fans? I don't know. Is there? Anyway, it's dumb. Don't see it. Okay, so now it's time for my top 10 anticipated films of 2018. Let's just start. Number 10. Fantastic Beasts. Wow, we're starting off great. Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald. I am not the biggest fan of Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. I thought it was kind of a dull, kind of boring, kind of just not a great movie, but I was fine with it. But the Harry Potter movies to me are my favorite franchise. Beats Star Wars, beats whatever you want to come up with. Harry Potter is my favorite franchise of all time. Poster right there. So I'm excited to give this one a chance. You got Jude Law on this one. You got Johnny Depp. I am excited to see this one, and hopefully it's great. Hopefully it's better than Fantastic Beasts. Number 9, Bohemian Rhapsody. Queen is one of my favorite bands of all time, and if you've been hearing the stuff going on about the production of this movie, how the director left, and all this kind of stuff, I don't know if this movie is actually going to come out in 2017, but the plan is still for it to come out then. So if it does, I'm so excited to see it. Queen is, like I said, one of my favorite bands, and Rami Malek is the guy from Mr. Robot is starring in it. And if you've seen the picture of him, like the first still of the movie, he looks amazing as the lead singer of Queen. So I cannot wait for this movie. Hopefully it will come out, but it looks kind of in bad conditions right now. But I think Queen needs a movie, and this I think is going to be actually pretty amazing. Number 8 is Ralph Breaks the Internet, Wreck-It Ralph 2. Not a fan of the title, but I'm a super big fan of Wreck-It Ralph. I did watch Wreck-It Ralph for the first time a couple years ago, like kind of right when it came out, and I didn't like it that much. I really didn't. But I watched it recently, and I love Wreck-It Ralph. Things have totally changed for me from hate to love for this movie, which I didn't hate it at first. Don't get that as an assumption, but I just didn't love it. But I think Wreck-It Ralph is such a creative and fun, enjoyable movie, and I can't wait to see where they go with this one. So yeah, that's one I'm really excited for, and I love animation, so that's why it's on the list. Number 7 is Mission Impossible 6. Back in 2015, Mission Impossible 5 was one of my favorite films of the year. I think it was even number 2. And I just love these movies. They're so much fun, such great action movies. Tom Cruise gives it his all. I can't wait to see what stunt he does here because he broke his leg or something, doing something. It's awesome already. So I can't wait to see Henry Cavill with the mustache and all that kind of stuff. So I am excited to see this one. I just am such a fan of these movies. I like all 6 of them. Or not 5 because I haven't seen 6, but I'm sure I'm gonna love it. Number 6, Ant-Man and the Wasp. Ant-Man is one of my favorite MCU films, up there with Civil War, Guardians of the Galaxy, Spider-Man Homecoming, up there with those. Ant-Man is such a funny movie. Paul Rudd is so great in these, so great as Ant-Man. So I can't wait to see another one. You got a bunch of great other actors in this one. You got Lawrence Fishburne going to be in this one. And a bunch of other great actors. So I can't wait to see what they do with this one, and I hope it's just comedic gold, great action, super original. I really am hoping, bet money on this one. I hope it's great. Number 5, A Quiet Place. When I went to go see Justice League a couple months ago, I was surprised to see this trailer. I've never seen it before. Normally I see all trailers before I see them in theaters. But this was one of the rare occasions I didn't see that trailer. And especially for a blockbuster, I normally see them all because they're blockbuster movies go with blockbuster trailers. But that wasn't the case. Quiet Place showed its trailer, and it was so... well, I burped. Excuse me. I burped again. God. No. I thought this movie... think this... Shit. Okay, we're trying this again. I'm filming this really late, so I'm like kind of zoned out and just, trying to get through it. It's been a long day. Though A Quiet Place, though, had such an amazing trailer. It looks so original. I'm such a fan of John Krasinski because of The Office. And Carter missed this trailer. He was going to get popcorn or something at the concession, so he came back. I'm like, have you heard of this movie, The Quiet Place? He's like, no, I've never heard of it. And I'm like, it looks amazing. So, I don't know, it just looks so original. It's got my girl from Wonderstruck in it. So like I said, John Krasinski. I can't wait to see him as a director. So it looks like it's such an original horror thriller. So yeah, I can't wait to see that one. Number 4, Isle of Dogs. Wes Anderson is the king of comedy for me. He's knocking every movie he makes out of the park. So this movie looks great. I love Fantastic Mr. Fox, so I couldn't wait to see another stop motion animation from him. So yeah, Isle of Dogs. I don't know a lot about it. We've only seen one trailer, but I'm excited because it's Wes Anderson. It's animation. It's like two of my favorite things. Couldn't go wrong. Number 3 is Cloverfield 3. Funny thing is, last year Cloverfield 3 was on my top 10 2017 anticipated films. Never came out. It was supposed to be February 2017. Then it moved back to October 2017. Then it went to now this year, February 2018, and now it's then April 2018. So it could get pushed back again. It might be on my list for 2019. Who knows at this point? But I love these movies. Last year, 2 years ago now, Cloverfield Lane was my second favorite film of all time. See, I should not be filming videos like this at this late. Doesn't matter. Cloverfield was my second favorite film of that year, and I love the first Cloverfield as well. I can't wait to see where these movies go. Hopefully they finally connect. I'm not sure if they will, because they keep saying, well, we think of these original stories and then throw in a few hints. But I hope one of these movies will finally collide and make sense of all of them. But I love Cloverfield. Can't wait. Number 2 is The Incredibles 2. We have been waiting so long for The Incredibles 2 to release, and it is finally coming. We've seen one trailer with a little baby running around, or Jack running around. Didn't hype me at all. I mean, to be honest with you, it didn't do anything. But I just can't wait to see these guys back together. The family dynamic and the comedy, and seeing Samuel Jackson back again. I'm just so excited. Pixar is my favorite company, and I'm sure they're going to knock this one out of the park. It's my most anticipated sequel of 2018. So yeah, Incredibles 2, nothing else to say. We've been waiting years. Yes. And number 1 is, of course, not Avengers Infinity War. It didn't make my list. Or Black Panther, or Aquaman, or every other Marvel film, because of Thor Ragnarok and Guardians of the Galaxy, to me, being under not that great this year. So I'm kind of done with MCU. I really like Spider-Man Homecoming, but that's kind of Sony. So if I'm judging it from last year, everyone's like, oh, Avengers are teaming up again. They teamed up like in Civil War. Yeah, it's Captain America, but it's freaking Avengers 0.5 or 2.5 or whatever. So I'm not excited for Infinity War. It looks okay. The trailer underwhelmed me, which everyone's like, this is the best trailer I've ever seen. I watched it once, but it doesn't matter. Number 1, Ready Player One. Yeah, Ready Player One, number 1. Bad jokes at this late at night. Okay. Steven Spielberg's my favorite director of all time. I read Ready Player One last year, and it is one of my favorite books of all time. It is so cool, so inventive, such an original idea. It's so true. I can totally see it happening. This movie just looks like the most fun I'm going to have this year, and I cannot wait for it. I'm going to buy my tickets right when they come out. It looks like a hell of a time, and that is my top 10 in 2018 anticipated films. Those are my 3 lists. Comment down below yours. I cannot wait to hear them. Please go after me all you want for support me, not support me, whatever you want. These are my lists. This is my personal opinions. Carter's list will be out soon. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Thanks for a great year of Movie Maniacs. We will go strong again this year. I'm excited. If you want any like reviews of these movies, because we have been reviewing a lot of our films, go check our both of our letterbox. We'll have specific reviews on these movies, so you know exactly my opinion. If you have any questions, just comment down below. I'm happy to help you. And make sure to subscribe. Make sure to like. And I think that's all for now. Thanks so much, guys, for watching. You guys are the greatest. See you next time.